Hi, welcome to our channel of IGNOU Audiobooks, Indira Gandhi National Open University School of Translation Studies and Training, SOTST. Master of Arts, Translation Studies, Maths, English. First year. Second year. MTT 0 to 1 Translation Training. Block 1 The Copyright Act and Translation Rights. Unit to the role of the Copyright Act in translation and adaptation. 2.0 Objectives. This unit focuses on the role of the Copyright Act in translation and adaptation. It is designed to provide students pursuing an MA in translation studies with a concise 2.0 objectives. This unit focuses on the role of the Copyright Act in translation and adaptation. It is designed to provide students pursuing an MA in translation studies with a concise understanding of copyright laws related to translation and adaptation. After studying this unit, learners will be able to identify which works are protected under copyright, determine the copyright holder in the context of translation and adaptation, recognize and evaluate the instances of copyright infringement, explain in detail and exemplify the process to obtain a license for translation and publication. 2.1 Introduction. In the previous unit, you learned about the Copyright Act of 1957. This section explores the role of copyright law in translation and adaptation. The Copyright Act of 1957 includes provisions related to copyright in translated and adapted works. Today, copyright is commonly referred to as intellectual property rights, IPR. The foundation of copyright law is to ensure that no individual benefits from the skill, labor, time, and investment of another person without permission. The creator of a work retains exclusive rights over it. The objective of copyright law is to protect these rights and impose penalties and fines for any infringement. With increasing linguistic exchange across the world, new provisions have been introduced in copyright law regarding translation and adaptation. No work may now be translated or adapted without the author's explicit permission or a license from the Copyright Board. 2.2 Copyright in Translation and Adaptation, Section 13. Copyright in any work is generally vested in its creator. First, it is essential to understand what constitutes a work for which permission must be obtained from either the creator or the Copyright Board prior to translation. Since a translation is itself a literary work requiring copyright protection, the following categories of works are subject to copyright for purposes of translation or publication throughout India. Original literary, dramatic, musical, and artistic works. Cinematic films. Sound recordings. Computer programs. If a cinematic film is produced in violation of the copyright of another work, it will not be granted copyright protection. This is because the producer, by using the underlying work without authorization, has already infringed the Copyright Act. For example, if a film based on a translation of a work is made without obtaining permission for the translation, the producer will not acquire copyright over that film. Similarly, if a sound recording is prepared in such a way that it infringes upon the copyright of a literary, dramatic, or musical work, then the sound recording will likewise not be eligible for copyright protection. In other words, a producer who creates a film or sound recording based on an existing work without permission will not be deemed its copyright owner. Consequently, if any individual uses such a film or sound recording without the producer's consent, no legal action can be taken against that individual. Therefore, before seeking permission for the translation or adaptation of any work, it is crucial to determine who holds the copyright in the original work. For literary and dramatic works, the creator is regarded as the author. In the case of musical compositions, the composer is considered the creator. For cinematic films, the film producer is recognized as the creator, and for sound recordings, the sound recording producer or sound engineer is deemed the creator. In other words, the film producer or the producer of the sound recording is acknowledged as the author of that work. For artistic works, the creator is the artist. Regarding computer-generated literary, dramatic, musical, or artistic works, the creator is the individual who develops the computer program. 2.3 Permission for translation. Before translating or adapting any given work, it is imperative first to determine who the creator of that work is. Equally important is ascertaining who holds the copyright in the work. This step is necessary in cases where the author has either authorized another person to exercise their copyright, assigned their copyright to someone else, or where the author or producer is unknown or has passed away. Consequently, whenever a work is to be translated or adapted, proper legal permission must be obtained in advance. Translating or adapting a work without obtaining the necessary permission will be considered a violation of the Copyright Act, 1957, and legal action may be initiated against the infringer. 2.4 Works created during employment. If a literary, dramatic, or artistic work is written or translated for publication in a newspaper, magazine, or similar medium, and the work is produced during the course of employment with the owner of that publication, then the copyright in the work, whether a translation or adaptation, is deemed to belong to the employer. It is important to note that this assignment of copyright to the employer applies only if there is an explicit agreement or assignment made during the course of employment. Otherwise, the copyright remains with the creator. Furthermore, the employer's copyright is limited solely to the publication within that particular newspaper, magazine, or medium. For government works or works produced by any other organization, the copyright is vested in the government or the respective organization. However, if an agreement exists regarding the ownership of copyright in such cases, then the copyright will be allocated to the creator in accordance with the terms of that agreement. In instances where a playwright writes or translates a play for a society or institution, without any clear contractual agreement, the copyright will reside with the playwright or the translator as applicable. Similarly, if a translator performs a translation at their workplace during working hours, then, as the work is produced in the course of employment, the copyright in that translation belongs to the employer. The work produced by the translator, considering the labor, skill, and time invested, is regarded as a literary work. If a person acquires the copyright for a translation of a literary, dramatic, or musical work, the translator is thereby granted the following rights with respect to the translated work. 1. Reproduction and electronic storage, the right to reproduce the translated work or store it in any electronic medium. 2. Public distribution, the right to distribute the translated work to the public. 3. Public performance and communication, the right to publicly perform or communicate the translated work. 4. Derivative works, Film and sound recording, the right to create a film or a sound recording based on the translated work. 5. Further translation, the right to translate the translated work. 6. Adaptation, the right to adapt the translated work. 2.5 Computer programs and translation. Copyright in the context of translating computer programs. In the era of the information revolution, the significance of computer programs has increased tremendously. A computer program is essentially a set of instructions expressed through words, symbols, or other means. The software associated with a computer includes manuals, documents, and related materials. Software developed for operating computers falls under the category of literary works. The data stored on punched cards is also considered a literary work. Similarly, information stored on magnetic tapes, disks, and floppy disks is classified as a literary work. If any of this software is to be translated, permission must be obtained from the copyright owner, their authorized representative, or through an application to the Copyright Board for a translation license. An individual who obtains the license or permission to translate and publish a software-related work is granted the following rights. 1. The right to translate the computer program, publish it, or store it in any electronic medium. 2. The right to publicly distribute the translated work. 3. The right to publicly perform or broadcast the translated work. 4. The right to create a film adaptation or sound recording based on the translated work. 5. The right to retranslate the translated work. 6. The right to adapt the translated work. 7. The right to rent the translated work. 8. The right to sell the translated work. 9. The right to commercially lease or sell the work. This demonstrates that a copyright owner is not granted a single right over the work, but rather a bundle of rights. Even when some of these rights are assigned or transferred, the remaining rights still belong to the original copyright owner. 2.6 License for Translation, Sections 30 and 32. A literary work, whether Indian or foreign, can be translated into any language. The author of a work holds exclusive rights over its translation for a period of 7 years from the date of its first publication. During this period, the author alone can decide whether or not to translate the work or authorize its translation. If another person wishes to translate the work within these 7 years, they must first obtain permission from the author. Even for purposes of education and research, a license is required to translate a copyrighted work. These aspects will be discussed in greater detail in the following sections. 2.7 Mandatory License for Translation. There are two types of licenses available for the translation of a literary work. The first is a voluntary license, wherein an author or copyright owner voluntarily grants permission to any individual for the reproduction, translation, publication, or adaptation of the work. The second is a mandatory license, which may be obtained by applying to the Copyright Board under specific circumstances. This section will first discuss the voluntary license. The copyright owner of a published or yet to be published literary or dramatic work may transfer the translation rights of the work to another individual. However, this right will only become effective in the case of an unpublished work when the work is completed and published. The procedure for granting a translation license requires that the author or their authorized representative must issue the license in written form. The license must bear the signature of the author or their authorized representative. It is important to note that the original copyright in a literary or dramatic work belongs to the author, who has the discretion to grant translation rights to another individual. Notably, for Indian works, the author retains exclusive rights over the translation for 7 years from the date of first publication. Any other individual seeking a license for translation from the Copyright Board may apply only after the expiration of this period. If an author grants a translation license within the 7-year period but passes away before the publication of the work, the legal heirs of the author will receive the benefits of the license, including royalties generated from the translation and publication of the work. 2.8 License from the Copyright Board. If, within 7 years of the first publication of a literary or dramatic work, a translation in the requested language has not been published, another individual may apply to the Copyright Board for a license to translate the work even within the 7-year period. Additionally, if a translation of the work has been published in a particular language within the 7-year period, but all copies have been exhausted, an application can still be made to the Copyright Board for a license to translate and publish the work in that language. 2.9 Conditions for granting a license. The process for applying for a license from the Copyright Board for the translation and publication of an original literary or dramatic work follows a prescribed procedure. The applicant must submit an application in Form 2, duly filled, while complying with certain conditions. If an individual wishes to obtain a license for the translation of a work within 7 years of its first publication, they must provide evidence before the Copyright Board that they had previously approached the author or copyright owner for permission to translate and publish the work, but their request was denied. If the translator has made reasonable efforts to locate the copyright owner but was unsuccessful, they must have sent a registered letter to the publisher, whose name appears on the work, requesting authorization to translate and publish the work. If, even after a period of 2 months, the publisher fails to respond or grant permission, the applicant may present this as evidence before the Copyright Board, which may then issue a license in accordance with regulations. License for translation for educational or research purposes, Section 32. If a foreign literary or dramatic work is to be translated and published for the purposes of education, knowledge dissemination, or research, an application for a license may be submitted to the Copyright Board. Such an application may be made 3 years after the first publication of the foreign work. However, if the translation and publication are to be carried out in a language that is not commonly used in a developed country, the application may be made 1 year after the first publication of the work. Applicants seeking a license for the translation and publication of a foreign work for educational, knowledge dissemination, or research purposes must comply with certain conditions. The applicant must pay the copyright owner a royalty calculated on each copy of the translated work sold. The amount of royalty shall be determined by the Copyright Board in accordance with established guidelines. The translated foreign work shall not be exported. Each copy of the translated work must carry a statement specifying that it is for distribution within India only. However, if the translation language is not English, French, or German, the translated work may be exported by the government or unauthorized agency to Indians residing abroad or their allied communities, provided it is strictly for educational and research purposes. The work may not be exported for commercial purposes. Additionally, prior approval must be obtained from the government of the importing country before exporting the translated work. If, within 3 years or 1 year, as applicable, of the first publication of a work, the copyright owner has not published a translation, or if a translation was published but copies have since been exhausted, an individual may apply to the Copyright Board for a license to translate and publish the work. The applicant must provide evidence before the Copyright Board that they had requested authorization from the copyright owner to translate and publish the work, but the request was denied. Alternatively, if the applicant made reasonable efforts to locate the copyright owner but was unsuccessful, they must present proof of their attempt. In cases where the applicant could not locate the copyright owner, they must have sent a registered email letter to the publisher, whose name appears on the work, requesting authorization to translate and publish the work. If, after 6 months or 9 months, in the case of a work with existing copyright ownership, there is no response, or if, within the respective timeframes, the copyright owner or their authorized representative has not published a translation in the requested language, the Copyright Board may issue a license for the translation and publication of the work. If the author has withdrawn all copies of the work from circulation, this may also serve as grounds for granting the license. Notice of application filing. When the Copyright Board receives an application for the translation and publication of a copyrighted work, it shall promptly issue a notice of the application in the official Gazette. Additionally, if deemed appropriate, the notice may also be published in one or more newspapers. Furthermore, if possible, a notification shall be sent to the copyright owner. This notice shall include the following details: date of the application, name, address, and nationality of the applicant, details of the work to be translated, date and country of the first publication of the work, name, address, and nationality of the copyright owner as mentioned in the application, the language into which the work is to be translated, registered copyright number, if available, as recorded in the copyright register. The Copyright Board shall not consider the application before 120 days from the date of publication of this notice in the Official Gazette. 2.10 Procedure for issuing a license by the Copyright Board. Before granting a license, the Copyright Board shall ensure the following: the applicant is competent to accurately translate and publish the work. Additionally, the applicant must have the necessary means to pay royalties to the copyright owner. Before issuing the license, if possible, the copyright owner shall be given an opportunity for a hearing. Upon receiving the license, the applicant must ensure that every published copy of the translated work clearly displays the author's name and the original title of the book. It is important to note that translations of works for research purposes do not include industrial research. Furthermore, such translations do not extend to corporate entities, excluding government-owned or government-controlled corporate bodies or commercial organizations engaged in research. The purpose of education, knowledge, and research includes academic institutions such as schools, colleges, and universities, where teaching is conducted at all levels. 2.11 Application process for obtaining a license. To apply for a license from the Copyright Board for the translation and publication of a foreign work intended for educational and research purposes, the applicant must follow the procedure outlined below. The application form must be duly filled out in Form 2 and submitted. The application must be submitted in triplicate, 3 copies. The application must be for the translation of only one work into a single language. The prescribed license fee must be deposited along with the application. The application must be accompanied by the necessary supporting documents. Compulsory license for translation of unpublished Indian works, Section 31. If an author has created a work using their intellectual skill, time, and resources but dies before its publication, or if the author cannot be traced, such a work should still reach the public. In the case of the author's demise, if the family members publish or translate the unpublished work, then its knowledge and intellectual value can benefit society. However, if the family members fail to publish or translate the work, as is often the case, the government holds the authority to direct the family to publish or translate the work within a specified period if it deems the publication or translation to be in the national interest. If the legal heirs or representatives of the deceased author fail to publish or translate the work within the stipulated period, the Copyright Board, upon receiving an application and after hearing both parties, may issue a license for the translation and publication of the work. Before applying for a license for the translation and publication of such an Indian work, the applicant must publish a notice in a widely circulated English-language daily newspaper as well as in a newspaper of the language into which the translation is intended. The purpose of such advertisement is to provide an opportunity for the author or copyright owner, if unknown, to come forward and claim their rights. The applicant must also submit copies of these newspaper advertisements along with the application and deposit the prescribed license fee with the copyright registrar. Compulsory license for translation of Indian works, Section 31. If the author or copyright owner of a work refuses to allow its republication or translation, it is considered withheld from the public. However, the fundamental purpose of any creative work is to be accessible to the public. In some cases, the author may not explicitly refuse but may impose unreasonable demands, which shall also be considered a denial. If an Indian literary, dramatic, or musical work, where Indian work refers to a work created by an Indian citizen or one first published in India, has already been published or publicly performed, but the copyright owner refuses to allow its republication or further public performance, thereby making the work inaccessible to the public, the Copyright Board may grant a compulsory license. Similarly, if a copyright owner unreasonably refuses to allow the broadcasting or sound recording of a work despite reasonable requests, the Copyright Board has the authority to grant a compulsory license for such purposes. Application review process. When the Copyright Board receives an application in Form 2, along with the prescribed license fee in triplicate, requesting a license for the translation and publication of an unpublished work, it begins its review process. First, the Copyright Board sends a copy of the application to the copyright owner via registered post. If the copyright owner is unknown or cannot be located, a public notice is published in the official gazette to invite any potential claimants to assert their rights over the work. After hearing the applicant and obtaining relevant evidence, the board makes an appropriate decision. The applicant must deposit the royalty amount in a public account designated by the Indian government for a specified period. If, during this period, the author or copyright owner or their legal heirs or representatives come forward, they may claim the royalty. The Copyright Board may impose additional conditions before granting the license. Finally, the Copyright Registrar issues the license to the applicant in accordance with the board's directives. Determination of conditions. While issuing such a license, the following conditions shall be determined: the duration for which the work may be published, the rate of royalty payable to the copyright owner for each copy of the work sold, the language in which the work shall be translated and published, the names of the persons to whom the royalty shall be paid. The issuance of such a license shall be notified in the official gazette as soon as possible, and a copy of the license shall be sent to the other party. Rule 11A. License for the translation of works for educational purposes. If, after the prescribed period following the first publication of a literary, scientific, or artistic work, the copyright owner or their authorized representative fails to make copies of the work available in India, or if, even after 6 months, the work is not available for sale to the general public or for educational purposes, or if copies are not made available in India at a price comparable to other works of the same subject and level, then any individual may apply to the Copyright Board for a license to reproduce and publish the work. If such an individual is granted a license, they must sell the publication at a price equal to or lower than the standard price at which similar educational materials are sold. Language of translation. If the copyright owner or their authorized representative has already translated the work into a language not commonly used in India, no license shall be granted for its translation. For example, if a German work has been translated into French, no license will be issued in India for the reproduction and publication of that work, as French is not a widely used language in India. However, if the same German work has been translated into English but its copies are not available in India, a license for its reproduction and publication may be issued, as English is widely used in India. Prescribed period for reproduction. In the case of fiction, poetry, drama, music, and artistic works, a license for reproduction and publication may be obtained 7 years after the first publication of the work. For works related to natural sciences, physical sciences, mathematics, or technology, the period is 3 years. For other types of works, the period is 5 years. This license shall not be exclusive, and the applicant must pay royalties for each copy sold. The royalty rate shall be determined by the Copyright Board, and the work shall not be exported outside India. Conditions before issuing a license. The Copyright Board must ensure that the applicant is capable of accurately translating and publishing the work and that they have the means to pay the required royalties to the copyright owner. The applicant must sell the work at the price set by the Copyright Board. If possible, the copyright owner shall be given an opportunity to be heard before the license is issued. 2.1 to Broadcasting Authorities and Translation. Licenses. In modern times, broadcasting authorities are emerging on a large scale, and they require literary and translated works for educational and research purposes. Since they frequently broadcast through audiovisual media, they are granted the right to obtain licenses from the Copyright Board for translating foreign works for educational purposes. Such translations will be used for teaching and disseminating specialized, technical, or scientific research findings in specific fields. Broadcasting authorities must apply for a translation license in the prescribed format and submit the required fees along with the application. Export of translated works. A translated and published work, originally in a language other than English, French, or Spanish, may be exported by the government or an authorized authority. However, such an export will only be made to Indian citizens or entities abroad and must be used solely for educational and research purposes, not for commercial gain. Moreover, prior approval from the recipient country's government will be required for the export. Application for a license. If the copyright owner has not translated and published their work within 3 years of its first publication into the language specified in the application, or if the translation was published but is out of print, the Broadcasting Authority may apply to the Copyright Board for a license to translate and publish the work. In such cases, the applicant, acting on behalf of a broadcasting authority, must satisfy the Copyright Board that a request was made to the copyright owner seeking authorization to translate and publish the work, but either the copyright owner refused to grant such authorization or, despite due diligence, the applicant was unable to ascertain the identity or whereabouts of the copyright owner. In instances where the Broadcasting Authority could not locate the copyright owner, it must demonstrate that a formal request was sent via registered mail to the publisher, whose name appears on the published version of the work, seeking permission to translate and publish the work. If a period of 6 months or, as applicable, 9 months has elapsed since the dispatch of the request, and the copyright owner or an authorized representative has not undertaken a translation of the work into the language specified in the application, the Copyright Board may grant the Broadcasting Authority a license to translate and publish the work, subject to the fulfillment of the following conditions. Times the translation must be made from a lawfully obtained copy of the work. Times the broadcast shall be conducted through an audio or audiovisual recording. Times the recording shall be made solely for the purpose of broadcasting within the territory of India. Times the translation and broadcast must not be carried out for any commercial purpose. 2.13 Meaning of adaptation. The adaptation of a literary work is legally recognized as the creation of a new literary work. The individual who adapts the work is considered its author, and the adapted work is subject to copyright protection. Like other authors, the creator of an adaptation retains copyright over the work throughout their lifetime. Furthermore, this copyright extends for 60 years after their death, with the 60-year period being calculated from the beginning of the calendar year following the year of the author's death. If the adaptation is published after the death of the author, copyright protection will remain in effect for 60 years from the calendar year following the publication. In cases where a literary, dramatic, or musical work is publicly performed after adaptation, or where a sound recording of the adapted work is sold to the public, this act is considered equivalent to publication. The copyright duration for such adaptations is determined based on the date of the public performance or sale of the sound recording. Definition of adaptation under the Copyright Act, 1957. According to the Copyright Act, 1957, adaptation refers to the following: times transforming a dramatic work into a non-dramatic literary work. Times converting a literary or artistic work into a dramatic performance and presenting it publicly. Times summarizing a literary or dramatic work or condensing its storyline primarily through visual representations that can be published in book form, newspapers, magazines, or similar media. Times transcribing or modifying a musical composition. An adapted work is considered a derivative literary work. Consequently, the author of the adaptation retains copyright over it, similar to the original author's copyright over their work. Therefore, permission from the copyright owner or a license from the Copyright Board is required for reproduction and publication of the adapted work. Revocation or cancellation of a translation license, Section 32B. The Copyright Board not only grants licenses for the translation, printing, or reproduction of a foreign literary or dramatic work in any commonly used language in India after 3 years from its first publication, but it also holds the authority to revoke such licenses. The following conditions determine when and under what circumstances a license may be revoked. If, after the issuance of a translation license, the copyright owner or their authorized representative makes the translated and published version of the work available in India in the same language at a price comparable to similar works in the same field, the previously issued translation license will be revoked. However, this revocation will take effect only after the copyright owner notifies the license holder using the prescribed format. A 3-month period must elapse from the date of receiving this notice before the license is deemed revoked. Even after revocation, the license holder may continue to sell or distribute the copies of the translated and published work until all copies are exhausted. Other grounds for license revocation. The Copyright Board holds the authority to revoke a license issued to a licensee on various grounds. In any license granted by the Copyright Board for the translation and publication of a work, a specific timeframe is stipulated within which the licensee must complete the translation and publication of the licensed work. If the licensee fails to fulfill these obligations within the prescribed period, the license may be subject to cancellation. The licensee may, however, submit an application to the Copyright Board requesting an extension of the license period. Upon receiving such a request, the board considers the application and, where feasible, issues a notice to the copyright owner of the licensed work. If the licensee is unable to complete the translation and publication within the stipulated timeframe due to unavoidable circumstances, the period may be extended upon submission of a valid justification. However, if the licensee still fails to fulfill the obligations within the extended period, the Copyright Board reserves the right to revoke the license. Moreover, if it is discovered that the license was obtained through fraudulent means or by misrepresenting any material fact, the license is liable to be cancelled. Additionally, if the licensee violates any terms or conditions of the license, the Copyright Board, after providing the licensee an opportunity to be heard, may revoke the license. 2.14 Copyright infringement and penalties. It is well established that the translation of a literary, dramatic, or musical work constitutes an independent literary creation. The process of translation demands substantial skill, effort, and time from the translator. Consequently, the translated work is recognized as a literary work in its own right, and the translator holds copyright over it. No individual or entity may translate or publish such a translated work in any language without obtaining explicit consent from the translator, the copyright holder. If a translation or publication is carried out without permission from the copyright holder or without obtaining a license from the Copyright Board, it constitutes a violation of copyright law. Additionally, any breach of the terms of a granted license is also considered a copyright infringement. Definition of copyright infringement. Upon translation, a copyright is automatically established for the translator over the translated work. This copyright protection remains in effect until 60 years after the translator's death, calculated from the beginning of the calendar year following their demise. Only after this period does the translated work enter the public domain. However, if the translated work is to be further translated into another language, a 7-year copyright period applies. After this 7-year period, further translation of the work requires a license from the Copyright Board. Penalties for copyright infringement. If an individual willfully infringes upon copyright law or encourages others to do so, they may face times imprisonment ranging from 6 months to 3 years and times a fine between 50,000 rupees and 200,000 rupees. A court may impose a lesser sentence or fine below 6 months of imprisonment or 50,000 rupees in fines, but only if sufficient and exceptional reasons are provided in the court's ruling. In the event that a company commits copyright infringement, legal action may be taken against the individuals responsible for managing and operating the company. Cases related to copyright infringement cannot be filed in any lower court and must be tried before a metropolitan magistrate or a first-class magistrate. Decisions rendered by such courts may be appealed within 30 days of the verdict. Upon filing an appeal, the appellate court may suspend the implementation of the original judgment until the appeal is heard and resolved. Furthermore, both the Copyright Registrar and the Copyright Board are vested with powers equivalent to those of a civil court. 2.15 Summary. According to the Copyright Act, no individual is permitted to benefit from a work created through the skill, labor, time, and investment of another without appropriate authorization. The person who has created a work using their intellectual and creative effort holds the exclusive rights to that work. In legal terms, the author of a work is deemed the copyright holder. Accordingly, the copyright law is designed to protect such rights and also prescribes penalties for their infringement. With the growing exchange of content across global languages, copyright law has incorporated several new provisions specifically addressing translation and adaptation. Under these provisions, no one is allowed to translate or adapt a work without obtaining prior permission from the author or, alternatively, a license from the Copyright Board. In India, copyright protection extends to original literary, dramatic, musical, and artistic works, cinematographic films, sound recordings, and computer programs. Anyone intending to translate or adapt a work must first determine the identity of the original author and the current copyright holder. This is especially necessary when the author has transferred their copyright to another individual, either through authorization or formal assignment, or in cases where the author is unknown or deceased. Thus, for any translation or adaptation to be legally valid, prior permission is mandatory. Unauthorized translation or adaptation constitutes an infringement of the provisions under the Copyright Act of 1957, and violators may be subjected to legal action. In the case of works produced during the course of employment, the copyright belongs to the employer. However, a translation that involves significant intellectual effort, skill, and time is recognized as a literary work in itself. When a literary, dramatic, or musical work is translated, the rights to reproduce, store it electronically, perform it publicly, adapt it, or convert it into a computer program lie with the translator. After the expiration of 7 years from the first publication of a work, another individual may seek permission from the author or apply to the Copyright Board for a license, subject to prescribed conditions, to translate the work. Once a work has been translated, no further translation or publication into another language is permissible without the consent of the original translator. Unauthorized translation or publication without a license from the Copyright Board is considered an infringement of copyright. Even the violation of any term specified in a license constitutes a breach of copyright. A translated work becomes free from copyright protection only after 60 years have passed from the beginning of the calendar year following the death of the translator. However, if a new translation is to be made from that translated work into another language, it will be subject to a copyright term of 7 years. Once this period lapses, a license must be obtained from the Copyright Board to undertake such a translation. Anyone who knowingly infringes copyright or abets such infringement may face imprisonment for a term ranging from 6 months to 3 years and a fine ranging from 50,000